It's Thursday Eve. It's Friday Eve. It's Thursday. Oh my God, these weeks are flying by. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. That's Harry Droz with aliens floating behind him in the moon. I have no idea what that's about. And welcome to LoveBabz, LoveTalk. It is Thursday. One more
That's
day.
actually my ride now.
I'm not trying to make fun of you. You know why? Because I damn sure don't want my car in a sinkhole. Because I would just sit on the side of the road and start crying.
But what are the chances, right?
I'm telling
Your
you,
car
Harry,
falling in a sinkhole.
It's the karma. It's all that issue put in the universe. You just stop talking. Just stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. So hey, you know what? Today, Harry. Today is the Ungala kickoff at Long Wharf Theater. So if people are picking up their theaters, check out for the Ungala, which is happening all weekend. So what people do is they'll gather, pick out their theater, and then post them up. They're like $25. They're amazing. So I'm picking mine up today. But because I chaired this committee that's hosting this thing with the Honorable Rosa DeLaura, who is not coming to Connecticut, we can't really gather. So we've shot individual video, and hopefully we'll see it at some point. But we're having a party at Long Wharf Theater, like a pickup party. So there'll be a DJ, there'll be some food, people will pick up their stuff. There'll be a red carpet. You can walk down the red carpet, take pictures. I'll be there. Some other folks will be there. It'll be. You know what? It's a wonderful day to be outside. So come and just even if you just want to get a little jam on in the parking lot with us, saying. Oh, that's right. You can't come. You don't have a car.
Yeah, that's wrong. But it's weird, right? Because the insurance company, they put in a reservation for a rental car.
For you?
Right? Yeah. Right. So it's just, one caveat is they have to declare my car undrivable for me to get a rental car.
Oh God, you have so many caveats. Okay.
Right. So, but it may take up to 48 hours to get my car from whatever tow place they took it to get it towed from there to the mechanic, where the mechanic will declare it undrivable. So I got a reservation. I called.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
I know. I called yesterday, Enterprise, and I'm like, "Whoa!" They just set a reservation. They're like, "Yeah, but I'm seeing, your car hasn't been declared undrivable." And I'm like, "Oh God, what's this about?" Yeah, it's part of the agreement we have with Liberty Mutual. Your car has to be declared undrivable, or it's going to come out of your pocket.
Oh Lord!
I'm like, what?
Right.
I'm like, all right. So
start taking them fans back.
I'm like, I'll just wait. I'll wait till
Well, Karen has a car.
Well, Karen goes to work in her car, so
yeah. I mean, so but you could conceivably drive her to work and get back in time to.
No, she actually does home visits.
Oh, okay. So you can't drive her car.
No, I can't drive her car.
Right.
So
you're pretty much stuck.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could come out of pocket and if I wanted a car today, I would just have. And another thing is that I gotta get an Uber to drive to the.
But that's what I mean. Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
Too much for me. So too much. So I just said, you know what? I'll wait till Saturday. I'll pick up a car. You see, Paul is texting me right. I'll reimburse you for the rental car. I know, Paul. I'm still not going to New Haven this week.
Well, you don't want grumpy ass Harry in your station this week.
Still not going. No, so I'll
Not,
just wait till Saturday.
not under these conditions. Is
That
Paul
should.
doing his show today? His birthday is Paul's birthday is tomorrow. His
What's
birthday
that? What's
tomorrow.
that? Paul 91.
Not a day over 55.
Yeah, actually, Paul's doing a show today at 12. I think it's gonna be his semi-permanent spot.
Can
I
I
think
just tell you,
he's back.
I've been listening to Paul. I've been clocking his time, his show. Harry, last week, Harry, he was done at 12:33.
Oh, you see how quick he got out? Sometimes
I was like, well, what happened to the other 24 minutes?
see, but the problem is that a lot of times Paul has
Still
to
like his
stop.
guest.
Well, he has to stop writing a story to go do his show.
Oh my God. It
So
cracks
he's like,
me
so
up.
he's running back to a story he's working on.
I don't think I'm listening. I'm like, well, and then he goes, well, you know what? And he starts that whole descent. And I'm like, it's only 12:33. He got another 20 minutes.
You know
And the
how
other week, same thing. I was like, damn, why is Paul's like 20 minutes? I'm gonna talk to you for 20 minutes.
Paul's feeling right now, he's thinking that, and he said he's gonna be 93.
20 minutes talking for 20. Harry, it's a good lunchtime show. In and out, 20 minutes. Paul is talking to you for 20 minutes. I'm like, people, if you think you're gonna have some in-depth conversation with Paul, forget it. You don't say what you need to say in those 20 minutes.
Hey,
it ain't worth saying.
Paul comes in with a set list of questions. So if he gets to them quick, show's over.
I was like, these people were like, we're done? Yeah, we're done. Man, we should have talked to Babz. At least give us 45 minutes.
Paul, what's your show about today, Paul? Text me. I know. You sent me an email, but I don't know what I did with it.
Paul will get you on and off in 20 minutes. I was like, it's like you could be in somebody's drive-through and listen to the show, get your food, and be out.
I know, and if you know how sometimes you have to get up real quick. You missed the whole show.
You missed it. Don't go to the bathroom. Don't blink.
It's like a Mike Tyson fight. It's like a Mike Tyson fight. If you got up in the first round to use the bathroom, fight was over.
Fight was over. He'd be like, "What I missed? Oh, you missed everything."
Everything.
Yeah, go back. You gotta go back online and pull it up. And don't try to scroll too fast, or you will miss it yet again.
I literally went with a friend, a boxer in New York, to see the Tyson Spinks fight in Madison Square Garden on the big screen because they were in Vegas. And he literally got up. I said, it's Tyson. But he was a Spinks fan, so he thought Tyson's not gonna knock out Spinks in the first round. Sure enough, when he came back, it was a wrap. He's like, what happened?
It's over. I told you not to go.
Yeah.
Tried to tell you. Yeah, that's Paul. Paul is the Mike Tyson of the airwaves. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 1, 2. Don't try to stay longer. Don't even do it. We'll cut you right off. Bye. Gotta go. Like, okay, Paul. And I was like, sometimes the guests were getting good. I was like, I was leaving already. Can the guy finish his sentence? Go. Paul is out.
I think he's back. Like I said, semi back. He's gonna take that Thursday at 12 slot.
I mean, I think he should be doing it. He's good at it. He's very good. And people are so intimidated by him, right? They just think I don't know what they think, but they have a lot of fear of him. I don't know why. I think we should do a highlight of most misunderstood people in New Haven. I think Paul is at the top of that list.
Really? Well, as a reporter, Paul's shark.
He is a little sharkish.
Yeah,
He's softened over the years.
yeah.
You know,
But
he's softened. You know,
no, you fall in the water.
yeah, it's still dangerous waters.
Yeah. Oh, did you see that video yesterday of the old ladies on a float in Florida?
No,
There's two old ladies having a drink on their float off a boat, and a school of hammerhead sharks came and started, just
circling them.
circling them. They didn't do anything. I mean, I guess the hammerheads are the least aggressive sharks, right? I
Yeah.
never seen them say hammerhead attacked anybody. So, but it was just like, it's incredible. I mean,
Did
I
they
don't know.
freak out, or what did they do, or did they try to touch him? Like, oh, this is so nice.
No. They were like, I don't know what to do, but it was. And the funny thing is that you look at the video, and their float looks like it's taking water. You know what I'm saying? There's water in the float, so it's not completely above water. I'm like, ooh, I would, you know what, Babz? I would, like I said yesterday, I would be like, what would Jesus do? I'm walking on water. I'm running on water. I'm out. What would Jesus do? Walk on water.
You better channel your inner Jack Cousteau. Remember Jack Cousteau? You better channel your inner Jack Cousteau. Try to have a friendly conversation and get your butt back on your boat.
I'd be out.
I don't understand these people.
I'd be
Why would you get off your boat in the middle of the ocean to float on a floaty? Well, you're already floating on a boat. I don't.
I didn't think about that.
I don't.
They got off their boat to float on a floaty.
Do you want to get closer to the water? I'm just trying to understand. I don't know, Harry. Maybe I make too much sense. But then again, I'm a Black woman, so we see things a little differently. I mean,
I've been fishing on a small boat. It's horrible. It's like you want to be fed to the sharks because you're so seasick. You're just looking to be. You're like, is there a whale coming by so I could jump in his mouth or something? It's the most miserable thing. Now on a big boat, like I went to, I forgot where they sail out in, but when you're on a big boat fishing, it's okay. You don't feel it as much. But when you're on a small boat fishing, oh my God, Babz. I'm like, I'll be the worst person because I want you to go back to shore.
Well, guess what? I would never be fishing, so
yeah, that is crazy, but
not my thing.
Well,
you know how I go fishing?
Fishing is fun.
I walk I go to the grocery store and go to the fish aisle. That's fishing.
Yeah.
If I'm on a deserted island, I'm like, where's Stop and Shop?
Yeah, I mean, fishing is fun, but when you're on
it is not fun.
When you're on one of those big boats where everybody's fishing, the only thing is when you're casting your line, the strangest thing happens because people like to walk behind you all the time. And you want to cast your line, and you're like, if I hook you in your head, it's like, what are you doing behind me? It's like,
oh my God.
but it is fun. You should try it one day.
Oh no, fishing is not my thing, Harry. It's just I just don't find that enjoyable. Neither is baseball. Neither is I'm gonna start golfing again because older.
I mean, last time I went,
I can't take it to the hoop anymore. So
yeah, last time I went, I burnt my clothes because you can't get that fish smell out your clothes. Well, I thought I wasn't gonna get it out my clothes.
I'm sorry, what?
I went with clothes that I knew I wasn't gonna wear again.
Or black things? I'm just trying to understand.
I wore
Harry, what
the oldest black shirt. I wore the oldest black shirt, the oldest black.
Oh my God, you have a dog on your shirt. Like what color?
Big dog. Oh, here you go. Big dog.
Wow.
Anyway, so
I
yeah,
wonder
I
what
wore
that
the
thought
oldest stuff.
process was this morning.
What happened?
I said, I wonder what that thought process was this morning. Wear or not to wear the
It
big
was,
dog
and
shirt.
I couldn't see that it had something
Oh, so by the
because it's on
time,
the hanger, so I just pulled it off the hanger, and I didn't know until I went to get dressed. I threw it on the bed.
so where does one burn their clothes?
Actually, we threw it in. I went with a buddy of mine, and literally we went with old clothes, and they had one of those metal like trash cans where we parked, and we
Mhm.
just threw it there and burned it.
And set it on fire. I think that's some kind of
Environmental thing, right? Oh no.
no, a law broken.
Oh, so I didn't do that. It just
Hey,
set itself on fire.
a little detergent in a washing machine goes a long way.
Nah, the way you smell, and then also sneakers. We threw out our sneakers.
Oh my
All,
God.
all the fish guts and everything. I just didn't think any of it was recoverable. That's the only thing that, with the way I am, I have to go into a certain headspace to know that I'm gonna have fish guts all over me. I'm gonna have worm guts and all of this all over me. So I have to go to a certain place in my head. But then once I exit the boat, I'm no longer in that headspace. I need to take it off. I need to cleanse myself. So it's an
Oh my God. You just cracked me all the way up with this
the
thinking.
psychology of Harry.
Yes, it is. It is mind blowing. Let me tell you, mind
Yeah,
blowing.
it
Okay.
is. And in life, I've learned how to, how you say, compartmentalize
Uh-huh.
in my head, where I can do things that freak me the hell out, but I could exist in that space for a couple of hours, but I have to, take myself out of it. And it's kind of dramatic when I take myself out of it. It scars me on this way out. So, but you learn how to do it. The psychology of Harry.
That's it. A lot, Harry. That is a See,
Yeah.
that's why I would never be fishing. First, number one. There's no clothes that I own that I want to discard. That's number two. Number three, I don't understand the whole fish gut, worm gut thing. I'm just not feeling any of that.
Yeah, it is. That's the gross part.
Yeah, see, no.
Yeah.
No. Nope, nope, nope,
Yeah,
nope, nope.
even when I say it's fun, I'm convincing that part of me that it's fun.
I'm sure it is fun on some
but it is
level.
Yeah, at some level it is. But you gotta get there.
Yeah.
You gotta go there.
I'm not a boat person, Harry. Like,
Not me either.
I love the beach. I love the shore. I love the water. I don't necessarily like being on it like that.
Yeah. I mean,
Unless
yeah.
it's a big, like I tell you what I do. I do like sailing the Amistad. Like I like a schooner. Like that's about as small as I'm willing to go.
Yeah, that's a step down from the fishing. No, about the same. I'm gonna say. No, I think it's a step down. But yeah, I mean, I don't even like going to cruises. I've been to one cruise, and it was horrible for me.
I don't like cruises because I feel like I'm just on a never-ending mall.
Yeah, well, when I went, the seas were rough.
It's like Vegas on water. I was like, I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah. I guess it's like that. I mean, I didn't enjoy it at all. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all because I couldn't go. I couldn't leave.
Yeah, you can't. I'm one of these people that just would feel like a hostage.
Yeah,
I don't care how nice
know.
they make it, Harry. I really don't care how nice they make it. I would just feel like a hostage, and I would just be, and I would be anxious walking the. I wouldn't, I'm not an anxious person, but I would be walking the ship like, man, I really like to get off this.
That's how I was walking around. I spent a lot of my time in the theater.
That's, you know what, I was just thinking of her. I would spend time in the theater because otherwise I just couldn't. I'd get on the Lido deck or whatever, pull out a chair and bring a book and enjoy the salt air. But I mean, how many days of that can I tolerate?
Yeah, that's why I just spent it in the theater watching whatever the show was happening at the time, because I was trying to distract myself from being trapped in the middle of the ocean and not being able to get off.
Somebody, what, Harry? Someone should offer us a cruise package, and we should just do the show from the cruise. Like this is a weekend cruise, not a whole week, because we be done tip that boat over. But if somebody's listening, give me and Harry a weekend on a cruise, and let us bring people. Because we got to bring people, and we'll cruise the Bahamas, and we'll do the show from the Bahamas. That'd be fun.
Yeah, and that's another thing, that when I went, we couldn't dock in the Bahamas. It was actually a cruise to the Bahamas. We couldn't dock in the Bahamas because the seas were so rough that they couldn't dock at the port. So guess what? That means more time on the boat for me. So it was 7 days of torture at sea in rough waters. Yeah, so I'm never going back. And then you look at what's happened in the last year with COVID, where they keep you there forever.
Well, you see that that cruise ship just kicked a couple of people off because they tested positive for COVID on the ship.
Oh.
And then they dropped them off in Italy. Like, y'all gotta get off here. But what are we gonna do? We don't.
And Italy took them. Italy took them. I'm surprised, because I know that's the reason that they left them at sea for so long. They weren't accepting them before.
Well, they got off in Italy. And
I'm surprised they didn't quarantine the whole boat for 3 months.
You know what? They didn't want to. Well, the cruise ship felt like to get them off. Now, this is the crazy thing to me. You have these people on a cruise ship, they have the virus. Everybody on that ship.
Everybody's exposed, so they should.
And they
all
don't
be
require. They didn't require vaccinations. So I'm sure there were some people on that ship, Harry, that were vaccinated, but not the. I would dare say not the majority of people, because people don't believe that they'll get it, right? So watch, all these people are gonna get back to wherever they're going, and they're gonna take. This is how this mess is gonna keep going, because these cruise ships, they gotta do their part. They gotta do their part. You can't just test, Harry, and then be like, oh, y'all have it. You get off wherever we say get off. And doing that the whole ship, the whole trip.
And the thing is that you're going to other countries, and you have no idea their standards of living. With this COVID, what their standard is. No, a cruise right now is still insane.
And people, Harry, listen, they are booked. They are booked. People feel like
I saw. It's insane.
I just feel like it's just a petri dish in the middle of the ocean. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with people? Are that desperate to get out of their houses and home lives to go?
Listen, look.
See, this is not how the movies would do it.
No, the cabins. Let me tell you, the cabins in those ships are tiny. But the worst part of it is that the bathroom has a drain right in the middle, because it's always wet. It just makes no sense to me. I felt so uncomfortable. I saw a drain in the middle of the bathroom. I'm like, what the hell?
They gotta keep the water out. Oh.
Yeah, and sure enough, I went because we were celebrating my grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary or 60th, I don't know at the time. And So I went to meet my family because we were gonna take a group of a huge family picture. When I came back, the whole bathroom was wet. And I'm like, okay, I get the drain now because the bathroom's wet. So I wonder if it spit up and then suck the water. I'm like, so I went to my mother's cabin to see if her bathroom was wet. Her bathroom was wet too. Went to my aunt's, her bathroom was wet too. I'm like, okay, this is not gonna be good for Harry. Being at sea with a wet bathroom. Don't know what is spitting up. No, I can't do it. I can't do it no more. No, don't give me a trip to.
Even if they gave us a luxury cabin, Harry.
Whew, it would have to be real luxury. No drain in the middle of the bathroom.
Okay, well, I don't know if you can get around that, but you can always put towels down and walk on towels if you feel some kind of way.
And then the shower for a big person, you basically have to shower this side of your body, turn around, shower this side of your body. It's so tiny, like insane.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta fit 5,000 people on that joker.
Oh yeah, it's basically sardines.
Yeah.
A bunch of people. Nobody looks clean to me. After looking at the bathroom, I'm like,
I was like, I know nasty. People are not clean.
We're nasty. We're all nasty.
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
I bought bottled water for everything on the show.
Okay, if we were ever gonna get sponsorship for and kiss all the cruise lines goodbye. Ooh.
Yeah, well, I guess you can have Babz read anything, but not me. You'll see it in my face.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So I've been following this crazy Duchess, Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry and Meghan. And I see the BBC has put out some old mess about their sources, their palace sources, that said that they didn't know that the Queen didn't know that the new baby's name was going to be called Lilibet. Now the Queen has come out and said, I've known for quite some time. We talked about this. Like, they brought it to me and I was delighted by it. And the BBC is going to say, well, we stand by our sources. I mean, okay. What the hell is wrong with these people? They just keep messing with these people. I'm thinking, the Queen has already told y'all. They told them a while ago that this is what they were considering. And so Harry was like, I wouldn't have named, that's my grandmother's nickname. I would have given my kid that name if she was opposed to it. And we already talked about this. So the BBC is like, no, we're standing behind our source. I was like, who's your source? Your source is wrong.
You got the Queen, and then you got their sources.
Like, what do you think the people gonna believe? Well, I don't know. People were kind of on the stupid side, but I'm thinking, you know why, Howard? They just keep messing with them because they're just mad because they left.
Yeah, I think it was BBC that I was seeing that they are mad. They think we treated them so well. I guess that's how I don't get living. Your business is living in people's lives 24/7. It's just insane to me. These people
I was just tickled by it because nothing on Prince Andrew and his and his proclivity for children. He done been swept away. They stripped him of his royal duties, and now he's got to go and just be quiet, right, and just shut up. But no, they don't spend no time chasing him down. but they spend their time on Harry and Meghan because they cannot stand that black girl magic.
Well, it's incredible. It's incredible what they consider old news, because they just dropped it. They're like, it's old news.
Yeah.
He's still a pedophile, but
I
hey,
know.
that's old news. It's like, what?
I was like, no, it's not old news. He's still alive.
They
He's
should
still
lead.
somewhere.
They should lead with that story every night until they do something about it.
Right. Well, no, but they want to go after the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for a damn baby name. Like, y'all have nothing to do in the UK. There's nothing going on. Nothing. No, you don't want to talk about Brexit. You want to do what? What do? Nothing.
You know, if you watch, because they have this like Good Morning America show that they do over there that I catch on YouTube every once in a while. And they're really angry with Harry. They're really angry. They act like he threw the country, the Queen, everybody under the bus after he was treated like a prince. And I'm like, man, I don't get the monarchy stuff. I just don't get it. You got to let people live.
I mean, I think what's baffling to me is that they spend so much time arguing about them. Like, really?
And then he's never gonna be king. So
I know. So why? What?
let
I mean,
him go.
he's sixth in line, but there's like 5 other people that got to die in order for him to get to the throne. So
Yeah.
and his father is still alive. So his father, his brother's children. I mean, that's the succession.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I mean, it just killed me. So I was like, I don't blame him. I'd be like, you know what? If I could get out, I'm gonna get out, get some peace. I'm not spending your money either. I got my own money. I have the ability to make, and they make their own money. And people hated that he told them they cut me off. And then his dad was mad. I think they're just mad, Harry, because I think they all would have liked to been able to leave, do their own thing. But it's important. Duty, I guess. Duty, honor, whatever.
I mean,
Privilege.
I guess the people over there, if they actually see the monarchy for what they are, which is paid employees
Yeah.
of the people.
Well paid. Well paid.
Right. That's all they are. They're just figureheads. It's nothing to them anymore.
Well, they do a lot of charitable stuff, and they do. I mean, it works for the UK. They like that stuff. I mean, we're here because we didn't. There are people who just didn't want to buy into that way of thinking. So, go.
But it still makes no sense right now, right?
Well, it makes no sense that they get all involved in these people's lives the way they do. Like, are you all kidding me? Really?
But that's what I'm saying. It has to be just because they see them as employees. And they feel like, hey, I want my money back. I don't know. What is it? Because
I mean, they have such reverence for them. So
it's insane. I think they need to move on, change the system.
Well, I don't know about that because that stuff is ingrained.
I think with the it should end with the Queen.
It's not going to. So
and go to elections.
I mean, they do have elections. They elect the prime minister.
No.
They elect their House of Commons. They do. I mean, they do have elections.
I mean, break away from the monarchy.
No, they're not going to do that. That's part of their. That is thousands and thousands of years old. They're not going to give that up. That's thousands of. That's that's. That, how old that is? That is no. Not going to give that up. That is their history and part of their culture. They're not going to.
Yeah, but don't they have to come to a realization like America is trying to do right now, right? You look at your history and you go, damn, we were messed up. And then don't they have to do
No,
that?
no,
No,
I don't. No,
I don't think
no.
so. I think I saw this morning. I wasn't paying attention, but some white boy got the Queen Elizabeth's statue or something taken down.
Where?
Oh my god! I saw
That's
it in past.
unlikely. Where was it? In a country that?
No, here in America, they
Oh,
got
all right. Well, that's different. That's not hard to do to take a statue down here.
right. But I'm saying Queen Elizabeth. I'm like, oh, okay, so we're waking up to, you know, what the royalty was doing back then, or we're just gonna keep ignoring that. But anyway, but I don't care about that.
No, it's not that I care or don't care. It's just interesting conversation, I guess. And I do love the history of the monarchy. Like I love all those stories. Like
Yeah,
Henry
history
the
is
Eighth, Catherine the
history.
Great, Elizabeth,
No,
Elizabeth of Scots. I mean, I love all that stuff. Like you know,
that's why Diana,
Bonaparte.
I think that's why Diana was so great, right? Because she made people care about the monarchy again. You know, she brought a lot of attention back to the monarchy, and
And
I
they killed
think,
her for it.
well, yeah. Well,
I'm just gonna say it.
you can't take too much of the attention, Babz.
Yeah.
Way,
Like, oh, especially when your husband doesn't like you and he likes that other cow-looking woman. You got a beautiful wife like Diana, and you choose the other one.
It's
I'm
strange
like,
though
oh my
how
God.
they didn't like Camille. I think her name is
Yeah, Camilla.
Camilla. They didn't like her. They didn't like Diana. So why? I'm saying I wonder why they allowed him to marry one and not the other.
What do you mean? He was
I don't
married to
know.
Diana.
I guess
Oh, you
Diana
mean
was.
back in the day? Well, because she was married already.
Oh, she
She
was
was married.
married.
Yeah, she was married. She was
Oh,
married.
so she was playing her husband with Charles.
Yes.
I didn't know that. You see, I didn't know that story.
Oh yeah.
I
That's
just
why.
want.
That's
I just
why
wonder why the.
they both were married. I mean, they knew each other before
Yeah,
they both were
I didn't
married.
know.
It's like that. They grew up together, kind of thing. You know. But she married somebody
Okay.
else, and then married somebody else. So yeah. And so they objected to her because she was married before. Which who cares? Most people are married before. I don't know. It's I need.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
was
find me
wondering
some.
what it was that the queen put her foot down when it came to that relationship.
Well,
Um
because she was married. Like,
yeah, but I guess also Diana was young and could give her, give Charles kids.
yeah, because I mean, and he's not an attractive man. I don't care what anybody says. And listen, she gave him some good looking kids too. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
so
I guess if you
he should be grateful.
I mean the best thing they did was give Harry the name Harry. That's an honorable name.
It is, it is, it is, it is. It is, it is, it is, it is. I saw I saw the safari video this morning on Good Morning America where the people on safari, Harry, the doggone elephant charged the Jeep and the driver, and it's recording the driver and his expression. He's like scared to death. They're gonna
Was
get
he
tired. Listen,
was he in a Jeep without any cover?
no, he had cover,
Because those
but
are the
that
weird ones.
but that elephant was charging it like that elephant tore it up. I think
Yeah.
those elephants were like, I'm tired of y'all.
Yeah, they
I'm
don't
tired of y'all
play.
driving in here. I'm tired of it. In the morning, we're trying to do our thing. Y'all coming here, looking at us, staring at us. Elephants like I had enough.
You know what's
Charged it.
you know what's funny is that the elephants be in a group of elephants, and there's usually just one elephant that gets pissed off. You know, it's like one elephant goes, "Damn it, I'm gonna chase you," and the other elephants are like,
Not doing that.
"Man, what's wrong with him?"
No, what's wrong? Enough grass today? What's happening?
Do
I just
elephants sleep standing up?
yes.
They sleep standing up?
No, they lay down because I saw a picture yesterday of elephants taking a nap. It was about a bunch of them with babies and everything. They were laying down, so they were taking a nap.
So they help each other get up?
Oh, they get up on their own.
It's like it's like a cow. You tip a cow, you gotta help it up.
I don't know nothing about that either. I've never tipped a cow.
Well, I didn't tip a cow either. I lived in a concrete jungle in Brooklyn.
Oh, those Brooklyn cows are tough.
I know.
Those Brooklyn cows are like a gang.
You know, Karen and I were talking yesterday about the people we grew up with and how talented everyone was at the time. I don't know if they are now. How we have to have had an Olympic team where we grew up because we used to play, you know, games where we would challenge each other to jump these ridiculous jumps and everything. And so we used to have basically competitions, and so all we had was a concrete playground. I mean, literally a concrete playground. And so we used to jump from one end of, we used to call it seal to frog, and it was like crazy 15 to 20 feet jumps. and and there was some guys who just made it easily. And I was looking at, you know, with the Olympics coming up, the Olympic trials. And I'm saying, man, we had such, if anybody would have paid attention, we would have led the world a long time ago with all
Yeah,
the people in where we grew up.
yeah. That's
Um,
that's real talk.
for real.
No,
No,
that's
no
real.
joke. You
Listen,
know.
I grew up with all those kids with Hot Wheels and wheelies and stuff. They could be doing extreme sports because that was the beginning of extreme sports. Kids go down these black tar hills, man, on bikes, no helmet. And you know, those when I was a kid, there was no helmet requirement, no knee pads. You just had on your kids and some jeans.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
That was it.
I collected a couple of concussions on that concrete jungle, trying to make
Ooh,
jumps.
talking about skinning your knees and all that other kind
Yeah,
of
that's
stuff.
yeah.
Oh
Oof.
my God. I still, every time I think about that, I was like, oh, I feel that. Ooh, the bird.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I remember a couple of friends, you know, having bad falls, trying to make jumps and hitting their chins on the ground.
Oh, Harry.
Oof, those were some horrible. But you know what? We were made differently back then. We got up, dusted ourselves off, and kept playing.
Yeah.
It's
I don't,
different.
yeah. Very.
Now these days, it's like you're done. You fall. It's like
You
it's
fall,
an
you got to have 2 weeks of therapy.
yeah, it's an emergency. Everybody, the fire department, the police, everybody comes, and it's like, oh, we got to take him to the emergency room. I'm like, just throw alcohol on it. Just alcohol, rub it. I remember I got hit with a baseball on the diamond. I was in Little League, and I got hit really hard with. I wasn't paying attention. The ball hit me. I was at third base. The ball hit me, and my coach comes and he goes, "Just rub some dirt on it. Just rub some dirt on it. You're okay. Just rub some dirt on it." So I used that as I grew up, thinking to myself, "Yeah, rub some dirt on it."
Okay, that adult should have probably taken you to the hospital.
I know. I, I was gingerly walking, didn't know where I was.
You had a damn concussion.
He's like, just rub some dirt on it.
Want to be bothered. He's like, oh, this is gonna be a hassle. We go to the emergency room. We're gonna be there
I
all
know.
day. Gotta call your parents. They're gonna be freaked out.
I'm sure that's what he was thinking. I'm not gonna call. I don't want to call his mother. Just go sit down, rub some dirt on it.
Fall out, then we'll make another decision. But for now, no,
It was
that's
different back then.
Yeah, it was very yeah. Yeah.
Different back
I
then.
mean,
You
it's a
just
fine
don't-
line between what you allow kids to do. Remember a couple of years back, Harry, people call the cops on these people. They let their kids walk to school. It
Yeah.
was a mile. It was like a mile or so, and they call the cops. Talking about these little kids is by, they shouldn't be walking to school. And the parents were like, "What the hell's wrong with y'all? Everybody walks to school. Oh, it's too far for these little kids."
Well, thank God that everybody was behaving the same way with my neighborhood, because we were walking to school early from like second grade on. We would have to walk through projects and other people. Hey, hopefully you make it. No, but you see, but everybody was doing it. So we were walking to school in groups of kids going to school. So it was different. And also your mother let you out 9 a.m. with your friends. She didn't expect to see you till like 5 for dinner.
Yeah.
So that's the only time you got in trouble. You could skip lunch. With my mother, you could skip lunch. But you better be there dinner time. So it was like that. We were all out there, and we were crazy. We were definitely crazy because we had abandoned buildings and everything. We would put mattresses at the bottom and then jump out of windows and onto the mattresses. We were doing the craziest things back then, and you had adults who were always around. And I remember, like, one of the main adults who was always watching was Mr. Steve, and he would just always shake his head. But he goes, "You'll be all right. You'll be all right." Shake his head. "You'll be all right. If anything happened, you'll be all right. You'll be all right." He was giving you that confident. You'll be all right. Just in case when your kid falls, if you look at him and make contact, they cry.
They're gonna cry. So you act like you don't see it.
But if you pretend you don't see it,
they get right up and go on about their life. I know. Listen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Mr. Steve used to do that. He was like, "You're all right." And you be like, "Well, Mr. Steve said I'm all right. I'm all right."
I listen. My son Khalil one Thanksgiving, because I taught all my children how to cook. So it's one of these teachable moments. So he was in the kitchen cutting Brussels sprouts or vegetables, and he cut the tip of his finger off, and it started bleeding. And we had to take him to the emergency room. But as soon as he looked down, we wrapped it and told him to go sit in the living room. He looked down and he fainted. My son was the most faintingest kid. I remember he was in church, Harry, in choir, get ready to go in to sing, fainted. Hit the damn pavement, pow! Ambulance had to come. We had to take him. I was like, they were like, he hit his head pretty hard, but he doesn't have a concussion. They just need Tylenol, blah, 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 blah. We ran tests, was nothing wrong. He was always fainting. Boy, always. Always. So, yeah. I don't know what these kids are made of, but they're not made of tough stuff.
See, I learned pretty quickly. I learned pretty quickly that you just don't tell your mother you're hurt, right? So, like, if I would come home, cut up and everything, my mother would want to see all my cuts, and you would get yelled at for each bruise and
Oh,
cut.
yes.
So I just pretended that it never happened. So if I would be bleeding profusely. I got some serious scars around my arms from falling and everything, and I just will keep playing. I ain't going upstairs. I'm gonna get punished. I'm gonna get screamed at. At the end of the day, I would come up, go wash my cuts,
And your
bruises.
mother's like, what the hell's all that?
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm all right. Mr. Steve, I'd be like, Mr. Steve said I'm all right. I'm all right.
I'm all right. All right, Mom. Don't worry about it. All right. Your mother's like, oh my God.
Yep.
I'm about to faint. About to faint. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know. I just don't know. So, oh, we got to do, you got to do the thing in a minute, right? Oh! Radio, we should.
Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.
I don't know. I might want to go to the movies, Harry. Now I see some stuff I want to see. I'm gonna see the In the Heights. I think I might want to see that on the big screen.
You see, Karen was saying that yesterday. Oh, I want to go to the movies to see that. Not my kind of movie, but
How do you know? How do you know? You got to go see it, Harry. It'll make you feel happy. You might want to dance down the aisle.
I
Tap
could
your
just see
inner
that.
Billy Porter.
Well, I think we should. Yeah, I might go see it with her. As long as we could go from that one to one of the scary movies
Oh, for heaven's sake.
after that. But
No. And there's a bunch of scary movies coming, right? Oh,
yeah,
summer is for scary movies, I guess. No,
well,
I'm
they
not.
were holding it for Halloween because COVID. They weren't going to make a lot of money, so they held all of those. Same thing like with Tom Cruise's Top Gun. They've been holding that forever because they want to make money in the theaters. So
I forgot all about that.
yeah, it was supposed to come out about a year and a half ago.
Are they going to release it? What are they doing?
Yeah.
When they do it, they're going to do it for the summer?
I guess they're waiting to make sure that everything's really open.
Yeah.
But I think it's time.
Mean, the theaters are, Broadway is coming back. Long Wharf Theater. We've got an event in August. We had the comedian, I think he's a guy coming. And that should be good.
So they're doing live shows. Do they have restrictions on?
Well, we're working on it now. I mean, we changed
capacity?
the seating. Changed the seating. Yeah, we got a capacity issue. Yep. Yeah. So I looked at the seat chart for the show that's coming. So
See,
I
like to go to IMAX theaters, the huge screen theaters.
I haven't been to one of those. Oh, Hassan Manhaj.
Yeah, I might go. I think I'll take care out of it.
To see what? Oh, In the Heights?
Yeah, looking at it.
I know Andrew doesn't like musicals, but I'll see him tomorrow because we're gonna go see the exhibit at Art Space.
I see the theaters don't have any. You know how they used to have the early bird, the matinees?
Yeah. Oh, they've done away. Well, shoot, every show is like a matinee now, right?
I think so because they don't have any more 11 in the morning matinees.
I kind of like those, but
yeah, me too.
I like an early show because everybody else is at work. I could go.
Like Saturday, the earliest movie they got is 2:30 the afternoon. That's insane. I like to
Ooh.
be home by then. Like to see it real early and be home.
Oh, oh my God. That is too funny.
Hey, when you get see, I'm gonna be up by 6 in the morning regardless of the day. So Saturdays and Sundays, I'm still up by 6 in the morning. So I can make the theater at 10, 11. Half my day's gone already.
Wow. Yeah, I'm with you. I feel you on that. Feel you on that.
And Chris Rock has a scary movie
That's it.
out. Spiral is a new addition to the Saw series. You remember the Saw series? Where they would like kidnap you and put you in a room and you have to make decisions in order to get out of the room.
No, I don't.
Well, he's starting a new series and it's called Spiral.
That kind of
So
psychological foolishness.
we'll see. Chris Rock.
Well, okay. Well,
They
you know,
still
he's working, so
they
everybody's
still got
working.
that they still got Godzilla and King Kong. Yeah.
I know. And listen, it made a lot of money, Harry. I
But
would see that in the big theater, although it was nice to watch it at home. I could stop it and go to the bathroom and get snacks whenever I felt like it.
but even that they have the first showing is at 9 in the evening. That's
Oh,
not gonna
going to the movies that late. We
I
sound
know.
like we sound like those two old guys from the Muppets sitting in the
Yeah.
balcony.
Like, yeah, that's not gonna happen.
What are you talking about? I don't want to go to the movies that late. I was like, I would never go to the movies when I was a younger woman. Would never be seen in the movies in the middle of the day. Be like, what am I, a senior citizen? And now that I'm knocking on senior citizen door, I was like, oh
And
yeah, I don't want to go at night anymore.
actually, that's around the time I start waking up again, 9 o'clock in the evening. But that's also the time that Karen's tucking herself in for the night, around 9 in the evening. So
Well,
that's
I'm
not
back
gonna
in the gym, weight training. I tell you that Robert wore me thin yesterday. He pushed me hard yesterday, and ooh. But I mean, it's got to be done because it's like you got to get your range of motion. That's how you're gonna get back to. That's why September to get this other hip done is gonna be critical, so I can fully embrace. Because it's hard to have a hip that doesn't hurt and one that hurts. It's a weird thing, you know. It just feel the limitations. Harry,
be
where'd you
right
go?
back.
Woo! This is so much fun. Fun. Well, anyway, I wanted to update people on Vice President Harris' trip to Mexico. I don't really. I see people whining that she's not at the border. I don't understand people want her to go to the border so badly when she's going to the countries that create the border. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, she gotta go talk to these countries and see if she can figure out how to help them so that people don't feel like they have to leave. But they got so much corruption, so much violence, so many gangs. But you know what cures that? At least I think what cures that is economic development and opportunity. Opportunity meaning jobs, education, infrastructure, all those kinds of things. Because if you have those things in place, you'll see that gang activity dwindle, right? But the problem is corruption, so much a part of the way of life. Get building stuff, creating stuff. You got to deal with grease and palms. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to want folks of those countries to want more for their country and for their people than they want for their own pocket lining. That's really the, the gist of that. That you've got to have people who care more about moving the country forward and less about things. So, state budget results. I'm reading New Haven Independent this morning. City's pilot doubles. Okay. So pilot is payment in lieu of taxes. I guess Connecticut is ending well. Ending well. I don't know if this is I'm not going to go on this just yet. I'm just gonna let it go for a moment. The good thing is there's no new tax increases, no cuts to city services, more investments in residents. Now we just need a leadership that doesn't keep asking the questions, but actually has some answers. The healing garden is done. Go over there. It's in a homage to gun violence. 3 moms who lost their children even to gun violence got together, worked on this for quite some time, got it done. Yeah. Fairhaven. Somebody's running for is this for the Board of Aldermen? Fairhaven. He's got Ecuadorian roots. Okay. Oh, okay. Other stories. Street outreachers, ex-top cops, back to boys Walton anti-violence platform. Yeah, I mean we have to think this thing, but not in a way that we keep asking the same questions that we have answers. That's all I'm saying. So I'm looking forward to that. So out here campaigning hard, and I'm appreciating it. Rooting. I believe in democracy, so there you go. And yeah. See what else is going on. Oh, 3 promoted to captain. Going to touch that either. John Voight in on rising crime. Hey Hamden, finally got you some crime. Sit on that New Haven Hamden border because you ain't had no crime. Now you got some, so maybe we'll see less of you on our borders doing your own crime fighting in your own town. How about that? Just saying. The Arts and Ideas Festival is still going on, and it's just amping up. So get ready for that. Oh, and the Juneteenth celebration, which I believe is next weekend, I'm going to be broadcasting live from, right? And I'm going to be doing it to the WNHH Facebook page like I did last year, because I think I tell you what I've noticed. All over the country, Juneteenth has becoming a big deal. It's becoming a big deal. I've been watching the momentum of it over these last several years. 10 years ago, it was only a few people understood it, heard about it, knew about it. But on top of all of this, conversations around equity, inclusion, 1619 project, the Tulsa massacre, all the other massacres that were hidden from history. Listen, uh, these stories and these parts of stories rising to the top are being centered in ways that they haven't been centered before. So I'm paying attention. I've been watching I mean, and they're big Juneteenth celebrations all over the place. The one in New Haven is happening. It's going to be in the Dixwell community. It's always a good time. Shout out to Kelly Marrow, Jackie Buster, and I think the 29th Infantry Regiment, Black 29th Black Infantry Regiment of soldiers. So it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for people to learn something about history because it's all of our history. They're going to get an opportunity to see things that they ordinarily wouldn't see up close and personal, like artifacts from um, from 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 the Civil War, um, Bellum South. You know, it's moving kinds of things. I'm going to be on hand having conversations with people, talking about what Juneteenth is, getting a real sense of what it means. So yeah, so enjoy that, and all the while, uh, International Festival of Arts and Ideas happening. I'm on a panel with Malachi Eisen to talk about hair, black hair. I can't wait to talk about the drag queen finale of the festival. Tomorrow, I believe I'm going to have Patrick from uh, from the Pride Center and Orisha Ala Ushamar. Shamari. Uh, I just adore her. Um, they're going to be on tomorrow to talk about they have a collaboration um, that's kicking off, and I just want to talk to them before it jumps off next week. Or yeah, or it jumps off on I think on right just after Father's Day or something or other. But I'm excited about this, and I really want to talk to them about it. So I am looking forward to it. So, so yeah, so they'll be on tomorrow morning somewhere around, I don't know, 9 o'clock or 9:30. Uh, be good. It'll be good. I just can't wait. June is Pride Month, so I want people to know that Pride Month. So ready to celebrate, and that's another thing. More people are celebrating Pride Month uh, across the board, and it's nice to see. It's nice to see that people are embracing men, women, and other folks, men, women, and other folks, and I don't, and I mean other folks inclusive because I can't name all the other folks, but other folks. So wherever you fit in, and binary, non-binary, all the folks, gendered, transgendered, all the things, all the folks. So excited. It's a good time to be, on the cutting edge of all these things. Now, don't get me wrong, hella problems. hella, hella problems. We got a policing problem in this country. We damn sure have a firearms problem in this country. Uh, have uh, a mental health problem in this country. People are walking into their jobs and killing coworkers. I mean, we've been watching it in real time, and there are things that we can do, and I don't understand why we're not doing them at record warp speed. I don't understand why we're not doing. Why aren't we, you know, mental health facilities, places where people can get access to mental health as as prevalent as walking into a liquor store. Seriously, that's how I feel. Like I think we should have more. People should have access to mental health services in ways the same way that we have access to liquor stores or fancy wine shops. Whatever, I mean, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is in your hood. Um, that's 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 where we have to move to. That's where we have to move the country. We have to ensure that people are well, top down, inside out, well. Because every time we get to these things, hear the backstory, you're like, well, hell, that's just a conversation with somebody to work through that issue. Now, even if it's a long-standing issue, if you can get with somebody and dissect it and take it apart so that it is not larger than life in your world, so that your only recourse is to go and shoot up whatever you perceive the problem to be, or whomever you perceive the problem to be. We've got a lot of fires to put out, and mental health issues, workplace environments at top 5, I think. And now that we know firearm sales gone up exponentially, scared and afraid, and see, hey, it just broke my heart to see that road rage where that woman lost her child because somebody got so mad in their car that they shot at them. Thinking to myself, now you're gonna go to hell to jail. And I don't know if they have the death penalty in California. I would imagine that they don't, because California is oftentimes the most progressive state in terms of. I would imagine that they don't have the death penalty, but I could. But that singular sense of violence uproots your whole life. I mean, now, not to mention that you forever changed the lives of the people that you harmed, but you've changed your life and the people who support and care about you. You've upended their life. For what? Now, I don't. What I mean, I rash just moments. Um, why? What are we not doing? What are we? What are we lacking in in our capacity to get people that hair trigger moments ruins lives? I think that ought to be taught under the auspices of um um dialing it down, like how people can talk themselves down, how to defeat internally and externally, how to um, disarm situations that people are not so fatal. You can't lay this at the feet of television solely, but no, we have to get to a place where we're teaching de-escalation skills to children, and it's another word for it. We used to, because it was a big deal for a minute, right? We were teaching crisis intervention kinds of things, peer-to-peer mediation, those kinds of things. We were doing that. We're doing. I don't know. Like anything, we get a little. We don't see the results of it, as if the results are immediate. You have to watch over a period of time. You have to put these things in place and then watch over a period of time. Over a period of time, really, because it's not a quick fix. It's not like drive through. It's not like that. So we need more of that kind of stuff in community. I think seriously, we need that kind of stuff because we're seeing too many young people. And I was listening to a program yesterday on WNHH, and I want to say might have been Shafiq's show. Um, the brother was saying, some brother on there was saying, we got to get these kids to see lives as valuable and stop them from senseless killing, you know, without way to solve a problem. It doesn't solve a problem. Actually, creates more. I don't have listen. I don't have no answer, but I am a thinking woman. I like to think about things deeply, and problem country, not across the problem, and we have to do about it collectively, not us them. Who's the us? We the us. Who's the them? We're the them. So it's all of us. It's a we situation. We. It's collective. And even though people were like, oh, I don't immerse myself in politics. I don't care. It doesn't. You saying that doesn't mean that's true. The fact that you are here and abide by the rules, it puts you into politics. There are people who say that foolishness. Isn't that political? Are you are politics is about everything in your life. You know, how what shows up in your neighborhood, what gets taken away from your neighborhood. What does the school resources look like in your neighborhood? The taxes, the trash collection. How trees get trimmed, how your street gets swept, how your parks are well kept. You have a police force that beat your ass and ask questions later. You know what I mean? Like it's all politics. And politics is simply relationship to, relationship with, relationships for, relationships by, right? That's what politics is. So you don't have to be afraid, we've gotten to this thinking that politicians and politics are bad. And to that end, politicians have helped create that image, but we the people can undo that foolishness and create what we want. That's my point. That we the people can create and have the kind of communities that we want. We have to sort of elect it, have to be have to move as the body. I always agree. But we do have to sort of say what is in the best interest, what is in the best interest of the country, and move that direction. That direction. Everybody get it. Everybody wants to be right, and everybody thinks that they a thing, a solution. I get it. That's okay. You know, but when you put them all on the table, you have to ask the question: what is in the best interest of you know? And who are we talking about? Talking to who are we talking with? That's I think that so long that has been missing. That us them adversarial relationship across the board. When I was a alderman, um, that was one of the things that I wanted to. I wanted to work across cities, like work with the cities and towns that bordered Haven, particularly around um, supportive services. So I and Alderman Brooks at the time um, started having conversations with uh, the council people in West Haven, the council people in North Haven, and started to have conversations about what could they do to support their citizens that are coming into Haven utilizing services, which is fine, but they need to know that, right? And they need to be able to offer some kind of support, like just trying to be more collective in how we do this so that the problem isn't just Haven's problem. And that's how I got the award from Chamber of Commerce. That's how I got the Community Service Award, Brooks. Um, that's how we got the award that year for doing that. Now, I didn't give a damn about an award. That was lovely, very nice. Get it from the Signal, then executive director of Commerce, I believe. But I was so idealistic and excited to just have these conversations with neighbors, and neighbors meaning neighboring towns. That's really what I wanted to do. Now, I don't think that those conversations continued after I had to step down from the Board of Aldermen. But that was one of the things that I enjoyed doing that on the Board of Aldermen. All the other stuff I could care less about, but that was me important. Um, I city government and how city government is run is quite illuminating, and it's its own lesson in civics and unity and uh, building. Own, it's its own lesson, and it's not. I commend the folks who do it. I don't necessarily believe it's best and brightest among us want to do it because hard, time consuming, and labor intensive. and when I was an alderman, they were still mailing packages to your house. I dare say they're not doing that now. At least I hope they're not. I would imagine that everything comes through digitally. Like they get get stuff emailed to you, print out what you want, or what you need to read on a tablet or your laptop or your desktop, and but we get so much for just every day of the week. By the time I finished my term, I had like boxes full of outrage. But and it was so much. And if you have a job, oh Lord, God help you. Have a job. It is not easy trying to stay on top of every piece of legislation, every press release, every just everything for you, every budgetary concern, every and I don't say this as a complaint because when you sign up for that and you run and you win, that's just the nature of the beast. Out how to manage all that stuff. And you quickly learn the fluff from the things that make sense. Quickly learn to weed out the fluffy stuff and get to the heart of things, get to the stuff that not telling you what's happening, but have to actually weigh in on, vote on. Amazing people. I really did serve with some people. Got to know that time. And I enjoyed being in the mix. I don't think I could ever run for office again. I don't I don't have that desire. I think too enough. And I don't have desire for more of that. I actually like not being elected to office because I could say what I want to say and go where I want to go. And I think just you have too much people who are elected to office have to be guarded, everything through interpreted, really used against you, whipping. So never office. But I support my friends because there's a lot of talent out there, so much talent. The people to know that and demand that, like demand talent. It's not it's not about popularity. It's not about how good somebody looks or if they say the right things. It for me, it's about how do they how do they think about this work? Who can they bring to the table? Are they rolling up their sleeves and getting into it? You know, and are they bold? I mean, you just can't be bold hiding out in the police department during a protest. Man, no, you just can't. And it's not bold to keep asking questions about how to do this. Well, what does the community think? Well, elected you to think. So, not that we need a dictator, but to come with a sense of what you're going to do. You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm at. You know, and I just don't like mediocrity. You deserve so much more than mediocre. So you can apply to whomever, wherever you want. I not calling no names or anything. I'm speaking in generalities. I don't like and had 4 years somebody in the White House who so unqualified history books like that, and the folks that support that will be ashamed. They will be ashamed when the pale of that wears off. They'll be ashamed. I know it because they will have no choice but to be ashamed. Because when that stuff is laid out, the way that is laid out, they'll just look foolish. Yeah. And so that's my take on politics today. I know it's cooler outside than it was yesterday. Hooray, hooray, hooray. I could feel the cool coming through the window because the window was up. Feel the cool. And I tell you what, it was lovely talking to Bisa yesterday. She's such a talent. I mean, I think New Haven is very lucky to have her. I mean, I think we are just gives us world a world vibe that no one else can give us. Just gives us a world vibe, and I just appreciate her. I just love her music. I just love the way, just love her whole persona. Although she tries to get a lot in minutes. So, but that's her thing, and she is an amazing, entertaining woman. I appreciate that. So I do. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I am pressing through my book. We Were Once Beautiful, and hopefully I'll be done soon enough. I can move on to the other 385 million books I have to read. But I swear to you, this is my summer of reading. This is my summer of reading, and that's my goal. I haven't given myself a book number yet. I'm afraid to do that. I was like, I like to say, oh, 20 books by September. I don't want to say that. If somebody's outside, if you can hear music, it's not me. It's somebody outside in their car playing their music ridiculously loud as if they're the only ones on the street. But that's what happens when you live in an urban community. You get people who don't understand community or don't care about community. You know, that level of I don't want to say it's ignorance, but that level of just I only consider myself. I don't consider everybody around me. That kind of foolishness, is daunting. Yeah, that's what it is. But you live with it, and you know it's only momentarily. It's not the order. It's just a little bit of what you have to do for the vibrancy. I live in a very vibrant neighborhood, and I love it. But every now and again, you get ass hats, and like I mean, it's going away. It's just like that. It's like that goes away. Away. So yeah, I think the summer is shaping up nicely. Get a handle on islands. We're not in summer proper yet. We are in the month of summer. We'll be on top of a pandemic too. I think people are just feeling conditions are figure out what to do with themselves, figure out how to go back to work, figure out how to understand what work is for them, figure out how there are schools that are still not fully what that looks like for families. Jack, I think ever keep reality part of our working life now that we know that we can do it and do it over an extended period of time. So, people probably won't have to travel so much for um, business or work, gather people, digital. I survive. I mean, there'll be people like, oh, we must get together. We must gather. We have to get everybody in the room. And then, and we've been out of practice for 18 months on how to like get us make those make arrangements to get on a flight, book a hotel, rent a car, and there are no cars to be rented. I mean, it's we gotta get back to all of that, and I don't know if people are willing to do that. I know, and so many women uh, have appreciated uh, working like this home, working from home, like, and for some it's been quite challenging because kids underfoot, you have to tend to them. But for the most part, way more productive. It's 30 to 40% more productive are than going into spaces. So, and corporations and businesses have to rethink how they can fit that in for their employees. Makes sense. I mean, there'll be some hard ass companies that'll make people come back to work, because they want less productivity. Sense. But they've got the space that they're paying for, and I mean, it's all sort of connected. well, we're paying for the space, so we might as well have people come back in. But we know that people are much more productive when they work from their own spaces. So what's the trade-off? How do we reconcile what we do and how we do it? Um, kind of thing. Hey, Harry, back.
Hello, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, you know, I was watching a report on that. How how do the employers maintain the productivity that they're receiving from people actually working more, being more productive at home than in the office,
Right,
but have them come back to the office?
right.
So it makes no sense to me though. If you're more productive at home,
Stay the
why
hell
would
home and
well
work.
why would I want you to come back to the office just so I could fill the office up? That makes no sense.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
makes no sense. And also though, you almost have to say to yourself, well, maybe we downsize the office area, right? And pass on those savings to the people being more productive, right? It makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I hear you.
But you know what? It makes no sense how everybody needs everybody back in the office.
It's a space issue, I would imagine. I don't know. Because people are listen, and people are not faking the funk. People are not home playing around, Harry. They're like, I've got work to do. I want to do it, because they know they've got laundry and kids and blah blah blah. Because you got a home. Because there are people still homeschooling, Harry, because all schools are not open yet, so they're still doing that home hybrid digital online stuff. I'm so glad that my kids are grown.
I know.
Harry, Harry.
I don't know how my daughter does it. I have no clue
I
how
don't
my
even
daughter
want to
does it.
know how people. And I probably would be good at it because I would have figured out a way to make it efficient, and I would have like knocked it out of the park. But the fact that I don't have to do it is, that's my grace. Because I would have been just like,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like my daughter, she stays up sometimes at night like I do. So she'll work. You know what I'm saying? So now she's giving extra hours. So her productivity is sky high
yeah,
compared
because you
to
can fit it in the hours that work for you.
right.
You homeschool the kids all day. You do all the things that you got to do for them. You might check in and catch a meeting during the day while they're doing their school stuff. But
Yeah.
but when they go to bed, you can get a little bit more done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a totally different working from home is a totally different animal.
Yeah.
That's why it's gonna take some getting used to for me. I'm not gonna be as productive, I know it, because I'm not gonna be able to fit everything in that workspace. Um and I can't see myself coming home tired to finish stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's the other part too, that you have to figure that out. Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna be working in 8 places. Like, I'm
Yeah, yeah.
not gonna work here and I'm not gonna work home. Like, there's got to be some boundaries. I think the pandemic blurred the boundaries because people were working all hours of the day. Now, at least I know I was booking people for the show, talking to people, still doing the paper stuff, all hours of the night and day. So you know what I mean? Like, so it was nothing for me at 2 o'clock in the morning to be returning emails and or 9 o'clock at night having a conversation with somebody about, so you want to be on the show, talk about it, that
No,
kind
and
of
then
thing.
right, and then juggling people's schedules. And then remember, Babz, we had people who never showed up for interviews because they went to the wrong Elm Street
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's like we were like, wait, you in North Elm?
It's like, where are you? Oh, we're in West Haven.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like what?
well, our studios are in New Haven.
So it was a totally different thing, because and then our guests having to drive around looking for parking
Oh yeah.
in New Haven.
Ooh, yeah. That was a little challenging.
All of that stuff changes now because they can stay in their office and
And
just
yeah, and do their little 45 minutes with me
yeah,
from wherever they are, you
yep,
know. And I know people are Zoom fatigued, but on its merit, it really is a cool system. And
yeah,
this is, you know what, Harry, this really is the future. Like that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
future. I mean, the only thing that's missing is, you could hologram somebody around, in front of you, around the table.
yeah,
That would freak me out a little bit, but I feel it. I mean,
yeah.
I like Star Trek. I see him do it.
I'm actually gonna need to put a extra big screen, not extra big, but an extra screen, a big one, um, to bring in that Zoom person who's gonna be on Zoom for people who are working in this, who when we're doing a live show in the studio, but people want to tune in on Zoom instead of come into the studio, we need to be able to see them.
Oh, I see. Like how I am now.
Yeah,
Like how I can watch now.
right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because we don't have that capability
Yeah,
yet.
so that so other guests are able to
Kid,
see who's
yeah.
talking and everything. So that's gonna be a addition that I gotta do. But there's so much
Where
stuff
you
to
gonna put
do.
that?
There's so much stuff to do in that studio. It's just
We need a new studio.
for real. Paul, rent the third floor. Is that taken yet?
I know. Go up there and work your magic. Like, listen, dude.
It's just
Move
not
every.
enough space. But when I was there last week, I was telling Babz, I'm like, is is there anywhere you could stick a desk for me somewhere? Because me working at the table, it's a
Oh
pain.
yeah. Because you have to make all your stuff portable.
Yeah, it's a
You
pain.
you gotta be like the janitor. You need a cart with wheels.
And I had issues with it before COVID. Everybody always over me, walking by me, talking on me. You know, I had issues with it before COVID. Now with COVID,
But all right, Harry's in his hazmat suit.
yeah, now it's like
All right, tomorrow's Friday. Patrick and the coming on tomorrow. Orisha, Patrick and Orisha from the Pride Center. They're coming on to talk about the collaborative exhibition that's happening that they got coming up. So they'll be on tomorrow around 9:30 or so.
so
Just
it's
for a
Pride.
few
It's Pride Month, right?
minutes. Yes,
And it's Tourette something month.
Tourette Awareness Month.
Tourette Awareness Month. I guess there aren't enough months to go around, right?
Well, yeah.
That they got to combine months.
Oh, and it's Black Music Appreciation Month or Black
And
Music Month.
Black Music Appreciation. Look at that.
So there you go. All
Oh,
right, let's go.
yeah.
I'm gonna go make me some breakfast. I will see y'all tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll start the day tomorrow with a smile for
Wow.
you.
I went to do something and the show passed fast. I'm like, we're already off? Wait, okay.
Go,
All right.
Harry.
You kept talking, Babz.
Harry, I talk. That's what I do. It's radio. I can't. What? I'm gonna sit here and be silent? No.
You,
What?
you did your show without me?
Yeah. Harry, what am I supposed to do?
All right, see you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.